So hello there and welcome back to the channel. This is Mel's Gaming here with another Way of the Hunter video. Now this video was recorded during the early access period for Tikamoon Plains, so a huge thank you to Nine Rocks Games and the Way of the Hunter team for allowing me to take part in this early access. And this video is incredibly special because, as you will have just seen, I encountered a 5-star mature lion. This was one of my top wanted trophies off of this map, and it was one that I didn't expect to see for a very long time. And I just encountered this particular pride as I was driving around, scouting, looking for different herds of animals and stuff, and looking to see what I could find. I spotted this pride of lions, drove over to see what was in here, and there was a 5-star mature. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And of course, we've got to try and take him with the bow. I mean, it had to happen. I had to try and take him with the bow. And this began a process of, again, several hours of chasing this guy around, similar to the Cape Buffalo, just trying to get a shot opportunity at this incredible lion. And he either didn't want to come into the callers half the time, or he would come in and then do something weird like this, where he came in and then trotted around me. And this, weirdly, even though it looks like he's spooked, it says he's calm as he's running away. So I don't know what happened there, but he just didn't get close enough for a bow shot. This particular encounter, he was coming into the call, which was a rarity with this guy. Normally it was the other males in the pride that were actually coming into the call. There's a 3-star adult and a 3-star mature in this pride, as well as a 2-star adult, and all of those kept coming into the call. But getting the 5-star mature to come into the call was a real task. He just wouldn't come in half the time. So I could see that he was getting really close here, and this was going to be close enough for a bow shot. And I was just waiting for him to stand still and give me a shot opportunity, because I wanted a standing still shot. And he notices me and spooks, and you can see the whole pride taking off there. And I was absolutely gutted that I missed out on that opportunity, and I wished I had taken that shot while he was still walking towards me. So I ended up following them, just kept following them, hoping that I would get another opportunity where I could try and call him in and try and get him with the bow. This time I knew if he was walking towards me like that, I would just have to take the shot and try to adjust for like the lead and everything to make sure that I was going to get that arrow in the right place. And this time you can see these guys are up on a little bit of a slope up ahead of me. And again, I was sat here for ages trying to get this mature to come into the call, but he just did not want to. All of the other high fitness males in this pride were more than happy to come into the call. I could have shot them multiple times over with the bow. Of course, though, we don't want to do that, especially seeing the potential in this pride. I think that maybe 1 or 2 more 5-stars might come out of this pride, so I must try and find them again. But just calling, and they just weren't playing ball. Like, just the smaller ones, the younger ones wanting to come in, and not this big old mature at the back here. And you can see the difference between the younger lions and the much more mature and older lions. The mature lions have that darker mane and the sort of lighter colour body, where the younger males have more of an orange colour mane, which is so cool to actually see the matures having that darker mane. It's fantastic. Now, once again here, I was sat calling, and you can see this 5-star mature is not coming in. You can see on the far right, there is one of the males in this pride coming in to the call. He is interested, the 5-star mature is not. And I was using the high fitness call, make no mistake about it, I was using the right call, and the other high fitness males were more than happy to come in, but this guy just seemed to be so old and wise and wary that he knew better than to come into the call. Now, when he turned around here, I figured maybe he was actually finally going to come into the call again. And then I noticed that a lot of the other lions had suddenly turned and were also coming in this direction down this slope. And I figured, okay, maybe they're not actually coming into the call. Maybe they're just naturally moving this way. Because look at them all, suddenly turning and coming this direction. The 5-star mature really did seem to have the lead of this pride. Where he went, the others seemed to go. And that was such a cool thing to see. But I was watching this 2-star adult here, and I was like, this guy's going to spook. Surely he's going to spook. He gets so close to me, passes me at just over 20 meters on my broadside, And I was just led there like, okay, please don't spook, because if this 5-star mature does exactly that and comes that close, I will take a shot. It doesn't have to, be that he's come into the call. If he just comes that close naturally, then we'll get a shot at him. And even here, I was starting to consider trying to take a shot, because, this guy had been just so difficult to get close to. But I could see the lionesses and the other couple of males definitely still coming this way. So I was just playing the patient game at this point. My palms were absolutely sweating. And this guy then suddenly trots so close, just on the other side of this brush with this lioness, and stops. I knew that this was my opportunity, so I get the bow out and get ready to take a pretty close shot. Now, as I drew back, I could see that my visibility wasn't great, but I just thought I would hope and pray that that arrow would go into the right place and take an estimate, and it hit him, and he charges. Now, he actually doesn't do any damage to me, and I don't know if that was a full-on, aggressive charge or if he just ran at me, but when I've been run into, even as animals have spooked in the past, I have been damaged. So I have no idea why I didn't take any damage there, at all. But either way, he basically ran into us. He basically charged, which is insane. But like I said, I don't know if that was actually full-on aggressive behaviour. But you can see the blood everywhere. Lots of blood. It's pink. It's got air bubbles. That shot went where I needed it to. Even though I kind of had to take a sort of rough guess at where his vitals were going to be because the visibility was so poor, I managed to make that opportunity count. And we have this incredible 5-star mature lion on the ground. Just wow. I mean, what else can I say? A 5-star mature lion with the bow in an encounter like that, and to have him, it certainly looked like he charged. I mean, he ran straight for us. He came straight towards me. He even sort of ran round and then came straight for me and then turned round and came again. So, I think he definitely was charging, but I couldn't get a spot on him or anything to see if the behaviour said anything different. I just know that I've never had an animal do that before when I've shot them, even with the crossbow, before the compound bows were a thing. And just taking a look at this screen, you can see that this guy was actually looking at me as I took that shot. He knew I was there. I must have just got that shot off just in time before he spooked. And seeing this, and seeing that my shot was quite high in the lungs, it was just knowing that I actually managed to make that very brief opportunity count. That was such a rush. And on such an incredible trophy. I mean, a 5-star lion, the king of the savannah. Just incredible. And like I said, for him to do that and to actually charge after he'd been shot. We've read through the patch notes and it says that animals are more likely to charge when they have actually been shot. So I'm pretty confident that was the charging behaviour. But why I didn't take any damage, I don't know. Because I know when I got charged by a Cape Buffalo, as you will have seen in that video if you saw with the 5-star and the albino, I got killed. So I don't know how this guy didn't kill me, whether it was just pure luck or what. But it happened, and it meant that I got to see the full encounter, which was just absolutely nuts. I am so glad that I didn't end up dying, especially after what happened with that albino Cape Buffalo, where one of the other herd members charged me, killed me. I didn't even see that there was another buffalo there. They ended up killing me, and then I returned to the spot where I had the downed albino, and, the carcass wasn't there. There was no animal to harvest. So I'm so glad that this guy didn't actually kill me, because that would have been awful to miss out on getting to actually harvest this incredible 5-star mature lion. He's a 93.55% on the genetics, so a pretty good quality animal. And obviously he is a 5-star, which that tells you straight away he's a good quality animal. But because of him having such high quality genes, I'm really intrigued to keep an eye on this pride and see what happens to the 3-star mature and the 3-star adult, because the lions live for quite a while, so even that 3-star mature could have a chance of getting to 5-star mature, and that 3-star adult I think has got a very, very good shot. And that's what, I was looking at the genes more at this point because, we knew he was a 5-star already, so I was more interested looking at the genes and wondering what potential that the others in this pride might also have, because this was such an incredible experience, and I'd love to have this again. He scores 492. What a beast of a 5-star lion. Just incredible. For this to be the way that I bring down my first 5-star lion here on Tikamoon Plains was incredible. And like I said, I'm definitely going to try take more 5-star lions with the bow or the crossbow, just because that was such an insane experience. And honestly, I couldn't really have asked for things to go on any better, because, you know, even though I spent like a lot of time tracking this guy around and trying to get close to the pride and trying to call him in and him not wanting to come in, or coming in and then spooking, or just not giving me the shot opportunities, for them in the end to end up just naturally walking that close and have the whole pride there, not just a couple of males or just this guy, that made it so intense, because I knew I only had a split-second opportunity to make that count, and it was getting late in the day by that point. You know, I think it was over 6 o'clock, it was like 6:30 or something. You know, daylight is starting to run out, and I didn't want to lose this guy. And obviously, I had no idea exactly how old he was. He could have been on his very last cycle of life. So I didn't want to end up losing this guy and then have to try and find them again. And, you know, there was a big possibility that if I had to, you know, move to the next day, that he might have ended up dying. So there was a lot of pressure on me to make that shot, and then not having the clearest shot and having to kind of estimate a little bit where his vitals were just off of what I could see, and then actually having him run at me like that. And I saw that I'd obviously shot him at that point, and it was just wild. Absolutely wild. What a gorgeous creature. I love the lion models. They are stunning. The eyes are incredible. The manes and everything, I think they look really, really good. I think the manes could be like a bit better maybe texture wise, but they look fantastic in my opinion as they are. Like, I'm super happy with that. I know it's difficult to get, you know, longer hair and stuff right in games, and I think they look really, really fantastic, especially when they're out and walking around. This harvest screen always seems to make animals look just a little bit odd with just sometimes how they're positioned and stuff. But even here, I think you can see just how incredibly majestic this is. And just look at those eyes, like I said. They nailed the eyes. And for me, that's the real selling point. I think these look absolutely fantastic. I love the models. I really love the models. I'm so, so pleased. I couldn't be happier to take down a 5-star mature lion, the king of Tikamoon Plains, with the bow. Couldn't be happier with that. I'm so stoked about this, and I can't wait to share this footage. But that is going to be it for this one, so thank you so much for watching and for all your support as always, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.